Okay, so here is what we're making. Okay, so here are the supplies that you're going to need. A top hat, some Mardi Gras beads, 2 rolls of ribbon, 2 masks, an ornament, an ornament, and 2 rolls of deco mesh, and a spray, some sort of decorative Mardi Gras spray. Okay, step 1, we're going to prepare the top of the hat. So this is Great Stuff Expanding Floral Foam Filler. And all you do is pop this off like so. And we are going to squeeze it onto the top of the hat. I want to leave about this much room for decorating. So I'm literally going to spray this right in the middle. It also says to shake it. And then I'm wearing gloves just to protect my manicure, but the bottle says to wear protective gloves. All right, and then it's like a trigger. And you pull it. And we are just building a big mountain. I'm going to put a little bit of support in the back here. All right, and then when we're done, all you do is click this back, and then the straw, oops. See how it all disappears when it doesn't have oxygen in there anymore? So the straw will not clog up as long as it's on there really good. Okay, now we're gonna just let this sit and do its thing. While we are waiting for our foam to cure, I'm gonna go ahead and put the ornament on the front of the hat. And here's our ornament, and all I'm gonna do is take my scissors and cut as close to the wood as I can. Like so. I'm gonna have it sit on the hat like that, so I can see the A, and right here, these are gonna be your best gluing spots. All right, get some glue on there, put it where we want it, and hold until it's secure. Okay, let's glue our mask on. So this is the mask that I'm going to use. We will undo it from its packaging. I'm going to go ahead and cut this elastic wire off. out. Okay, so this mask, I actually want it to sit on the hat, but not straight. I want it to sit on there kind of cockeyed at an angle. So this is how we're going to do that. I'm going to take some hot glue and I'm going to put it on this edge. Get it in the right spot. Right about like that. Then I'm going to take this thinner roll of ribbon and I'm going to stick that under there just for a little support and hold. I'm trying not to get it into the foam because I know that's not dry yet. And I'm just going to hold that like so. And then I'm just going to continue to layer that glue. Let that dry, and then I'm going to turn it. And I'm going to squirt it on the back edge. And I'm going to let that dry. And I'm just going to continue to hold it until it agrees to do what I want. Okay, so this mask, we need to glue a floral wire to it. So let's undo it from the packaging. Same thing. Cut this off. And then I bought a package of wooden dowel rods. You could use a floral stem if you have one of those. And we're just going to open this up. And pull one of these out. And then we're going to glue like this. So we need it to glue like that. So we'll see. We're gonna put a big glob of glue. And then I'm gonna let that kind of set up for just a second. And then take my rod, kind of roll it in there. Kind of roll it in there. Let's see if we can figure out a way to support it. And then you could, if you wanted to, take a piece of felt kind of cool. Put that across there like that and help hold it in place. And then you can kind of lift these edges up. Kind of cut those. If you're afraid it's going to show through the mask. Okay. And then that ought to be good. Kind of set that like that and let that cure for a second. And then I'm gonna just stick this in. Stick this in the top. Hopefully you can see that. Stick that down in there in the top, and then once you get it where you want it, you just hit it with a little hot glue. I'll glue it a little bit more later. I have other things that I want to stick in that foam, so I don't want to have hot glue all over the top of it because it'll make everything a little bit more difficult to stick in there. So then from there, the next thing is, I don't want to tilt it while that glue is drying, but you can see the foam through the mask here. So how we're going to fix that is, I bought these mesh rolls at Walmart, and all you do is you take them and you roll out about 14 inches of it and cut it. Let me just show you. Roll out about 14 inches. I don't measure, I'm just need new scissors. Okay, and then you take it, and these rough edges right here, it wants to roll in on itself anyway, so you're just gonna roll those in more and just keep rolling them, rolling them, rolling them. And then when you get close, you just walk it together. And then you have like a ruffle, kind of like that. And I just put a pipe cleaner around the center of it to hold it together. I'm gonna let that one go. And then all you're gonna do is take it, and I'm literally just gonna shove this down in between that foam mountain and the mask, so that when you're looking through the mask, you're going to see the decorative mesh rather than the foam. Okay, so that's going to cover it on the front. And that pipe cleaner you can stick into the foam. I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of hot glue. Be really careful sticking your fingers in here. I hurt myself all the time. Okay, let's make a simple bow. And we're going to start with the bottom bow. And all we're going to do is, it some slack. Figure out about how long you want your tail. Make a loop. Now I do not twist. I made a loop and I'm going to come back and make the same size loop on the bottom. Lift them up so that they're about the same size. Like so. I'm going to put a pipe cleaner around them and I'm going to just twist one time. That's it. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it over and it's just a simple bow. And now we've only gone around the center one time, so if you find that you have one loop shorter, you can just kind of pull and adjust it until they're the same size. All right. And then I'm just gonna clip the bottom. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with this one and then set it on top. So pull out some slack, figure out about how long you want your tail, make a simple loop, pinch it, and all you're going to do is take this and bring it back up to your hands like that. Make sure your loops are around the same size, which mine are not. So I'm going to pull some slack. There we go. And cut my tails. And now put it on top of this one. And grab those pipe cleaners and wrap it and then turn it over and twist. That's how I do it, so that, you know, you're not twisting each loop, making a huge bulky center. It's just kind of a real streamlined way to do it. And then I'm gonna dovetail the edges. All right, there you go, simple bow. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to actually shove this in the side. I want this bow to cover up the hole, but I don't want the tails to cover up the Mardi Gras sign. So we're going to arrange it like so, just like that. And then again, we're going to glue the pipe cleaners that are on these to the foam and to the hat. Just shove that down there like so. Push that in. Be very careful not to get glue on your fingers. Okay, and we'll fluff that and play with that a little bit more, but I wanted to get that in there. and let that do its thing. Okay, so then on the back, we still have all this foam, and we're gonna solve it the same way. This was the other mesh that I got. I thought this was so cute, but this glitter gets everywhere. And you're just gonna do the same thing. You're gonna cut it and roll it in, and then just put the pipe cleaner in the center. And all I'm gonna do is take this and I'm gonna put one on top. My bow is not secure yet. One on top. And let me glue that in. I'm trying to go too fast, and so my stuff isn't really setting up well enough. And again, you can stick that pipe cleaner into the foam, or you can just lay it on the foam and hit it with glue. Either way, but we need to let it just sit for a second. All right, so now we just have this big hole in the back. And so they have these picks at Walmart. They were $3.98. And I bought a couple of those. And then this one, as you can see, I just completely pulled it apart. So I cut, you can see I cut the wire down to nothing, and then I pulled all of these pieces off. So this one we're going to put to finish off the back, see if that will cover up the rest of it, and then we'll place the picks in around it. All right, so this one is pretty big, so I'm going to shove this into the foam. Hoping everything is dry enough. All right. This is a lot of wires right here. If you find that you're having a difficult time, you can take your knife and kind of make a hole in there. See, I just stuck my finger in glue. Stuck my thumb in glue. Okay, stuck my finger in glue again. Okay, lift this up, and now we're gonna kind of bend this how we want it. Okay, make sure we got our mesh covering everything up. All right, so then the next thing is I'm gonna take this other piece of mesh, because this doesn't cover it up as much as I would like. And, well, I'm gonna hit this with glue first. Glue that in there. And then I'm gonna glue right above it. I'm gonna try not to burn myself. And I'm gonna stick this down in there behind it. like so. I want to try to use my scissors to poke that down in there a little bit further. There we go. So now our foam is pretty much all covered up. These stars came on one of the picks, and I just pulled this out so that it's just like this. And I'm going to glue it and put it right in the center of this to kind of cover up some of the other, just the center where the tape is and stuff. So we're going to hit this with a little glue and put that in there. All right, and so now the back is done. Now we can take it back to the front. And the very last thing that we're gonna do is we need to put something in the middle of the bow. So we'll maybe do stick in one of these purple ones. That looks good. Go ahead and hit that with glue. And then put that in there. And then once it's in there real good, you can kind of shape it how you want it. And then I'm going to take this green ball and put that there like that. And then on the front, we're going to maybe do the same thing. We have all right, we're going to stick this in here. Go ahead and squirt a little glue in there to hold that in place. And maybe some of these gold curlicues. See if you can stick that in there into that same wad of glue. And then this gold ball. Put that down. Those are wobbling a lot, so I'm just gonna hit it down there like that. And now these, tell you what, we're just gonna put glue on the ends of these. And stick them down in there. Purple. And there's kind of a spot right here, just a little bit, where I can't really get it on camera, where I can still see the foam. So I'm just going to stick a star in there and just keep filling until you're happy with it. Okay, let's add our beads. So just basic bead set. You take these apart. Okay, and the purple one, I think I'm just going to put around the mask. And then bring it down. Maybe put it around the bow a little bit. Like that. And just gonna hit it with a dab of glue. Like so. And then on this side, we can take the green, and I think what I'll do over here is kind of fold it like a pearl necklace, like your neck goes through here and then it's kind of tiered, and then we'll put it on this like so, and just kind of let's see, keep adjusting it till it looks like how you want it. Keep going. Keep pulling. Okay, maybe like so. And hit it like that. Here it is. Super cute, fast. Anyway, I'll take a good picture of it once I put it in its place, and I'll let y'all see a picture of it. Bye.